Someone never realized they'd miss you this deeply. And now they're falling apart, not in the loud, dramatic way, in the quiet, terrifying way that no one else can see. They thought leaving would feel like freedom, like finally being able to breathe. They told themselves the heaviness they felt was because of you, not because of losing you. But the second your presence truly disappeared, the second your name stopped lighting up their screen, the second your energy left their world completely, something inside them shattered. And it wasn't sudden, it was slow, like watching something beautiful die and being helpless to stop it. They wake up and you're the ache in their chest. They go to sleep and you're the last thought that won't let them rest. The silence they craved now screams your name. And here's what's destroying them. They're not just missing you, they're mourning the version of themselves that only existed with you. The one who laughed easier, who felt safer, who didn't have to hide. You didn't just leave their life. You took the best parts of them with you. And now they're walking around feeling like a shell, wondering if they'll ever feel whole again. Do you want to know what's eating them alive right now? It's not just your absence. It's the haunting realization of everything you were. All those moments they took for granted are now playing on repeat. Every time you stayed when they pushed you away. Every time you saw through their walls and loved them anyway. Every time you showed up, even when it hurt, even when they didn't deserve it. They see it now with brutal, crystal clarity. You weren't asking for perfection. You were offering them something most people search their whole lives for and never find. A love that felt like coming home. A presence that made the world softer. A safety they didn't even know they needed until it was gone. And what did they do? They convinced themselves it was too much, that your care was suffocating, that your depth was draining. But now, surrounded by people who barely scratched the surface, they finally understand. You weren't overwhelming them. You were loving them, fully, deeply, without reservation, and they weren't brave enough to receive it. Now every conversation feels empty. Every connection feels shallow. Every person feels like a placeholder for the one they let slip away, you. They're unraveling in ways they never expected. At 3 a.m., they're scrolling through old messages they can't bring themselves to delete, reading words you wrote when you still believed in them, when you still thought they'd choose you, and it's breaking them. Because those messages aren't just memories. They're evidence of a love they destroyed. They catch themselves reaching for their phone to tell you things about their day, about something funny that happened, about the hard moments when you were the only one who understood without them having to explain. But they stop because you're not theirs to reach for anymore. They're checking your social media like it's a lifeline, desperately searching for signs that you're hurting too. But instead, they see something that absolutely terrifies them. You look peaceful, your smile is real, your eyes are clear, and that piece is shattering them into a million pieces because it means you're healing without them. The thought tortures them. What if you're already happier? What if someone else is making you laugh the way they used to? What if by the time they find the courage to say everything they should have said before, you've already moved on? What if they're too late? Let me tell you what they're finally understanding. And this is important. So stay with me here. You weren't just another person in their life. You were the person who made them feel like they mattered. Like they were worth knowing deeply. Like their mess was beautiful, and their scars were stories worth hearing with you. They didn't have to perform, didn't have to pretend, didn't have to be anything other than exactly who they were, and you loved them for it. You created a space where their armor could come off, where being vulnerable didn't feel dangerous, where showing up broken didn't mean being rejected. That's rare. That's sacred. That's the kind of love people WRITE songs about and spend lifetimes trying to find, and they had it, right there in their hands, and they let it go. They walked away thinking they'd find something easier, something lighter, something that didn't ask them to grow. But here's what nobody tells you about walking away from real love. You don't find easier, you find emptier. If this is resonating with you, if you've been that person who loved deeply and got left behind, do something for me. Hit that like button, subscribe, because what I'm about to tell you next will change how you see this entire situation. And you need to hear it. Every single person they meet now is measured against you, and every single person falls short. It's not even close. That person they're trying to talk to doesn't listen the way you did, doesn't see them the way you did, doesn't make them feel like the universe narrows down to just the two of you when you're together. Everything feels forced now. Conversations feel like work. Silence feels uncomfortable instead of intimate. They're exhausted from explaining themselves to people who don't really want to understand. You never made them feel that way. With you, everything just flowed, like you were both speaking a language only the two of you knew. They could be quiet, and it meant something. They could be messy, and it was okay. They could be themselves, and it was enough. More than enough. It was everything. They're realizing now what they had. Not just love, but sanctuary. You weren't just someone who cared about them. You were the place their soul rested. The person their heart recognized. The home they didn't know they were searching for until they found it in you. And now that home is gone, and they're wandering through their life feeling homeless, aching for something they can't find anywhere else, because it doesn't exist anywhere else. It only existed with you. This is where the missing you stops being just a feeling and becomes something they carry in their body. They feel you in the tightness in their chest when they first wake up, in the pit of their stomach when a song plays that reminds them of you, in the exhaustion that no amount of sleep can fix because it's not their body that's tired. It's their soul. They're not eating right. Either they can't eat because everything tastes like regret, or they're eating everything trying to fill a void that food will never touch. They're not sleeping. They lie awake replaying every moment they took for granted. Every time they were cold when you were warm. Every time they were distant when you were present. Every time they walked away when you were reaching for them. And it's killing them. Friends are asking if they're okay. They're noticing the change, the quietness, the distance. The way they're physically there, but emotionally somewhere else. And they want to explain. They want to say they're drowning in the absence of someone who became their oxygen. But how do you admit you're breaking over someone you chose to leave? So they smile. They say they're fine. And alone, they fall apart. Because you can't unlove someone who showed you what love actually feels like. You can only ache for them, endlessly. Here's the thought that's destroying them every single day. Is it too late? Have they missed their chance forever? They see how much time has passed. They feel the distance between who they were with you and who they are now. They imagine you building a life where they no longer fit, where the space they left has been filled, where the door they walked out of has been locked behind them. And maybe it has. Maybe you've done the hardest thing. Maybe you've healed yourself. Maybe you've built walls to protect your peace from people who don't know how to keep it. Maybe you've learned that you can't keep breaking yourself open for people who aren't ready to handle your heart with care. That possibility is their worst nightmare. Not because they want to hurt you again, but because they finally want to love you the way you always deserved. They finally see what they couldn't see before. They finally understand what they had. They finally know what real, deep, soul-level connection feels like because they've tried everything else. And nothing, absolutely nothing, comes close to you. But understanding doesn't erase time. It doesn't undo damage. It doesn't reopen doors that had to close for someone to survive. And they're left with the most painful question. What if they figured it out too late? What if this is the consequence they have to live with forever? If you're the one who was left behind, the one who loved deeply and got walked away from, hear this. Their falling apart doesn't mean you should fall back. Their regret doesn't erase the pain they caused. Their tears don't heal the wounds they left. You are not a lesson someone learns. You are not a mistake someone corrects after they've tried everything else. You are not a home someone returns to after they've burned it down. Your love was never the problem. Your depth was never too much. Your heart was never the issue. They just weren't ready for something real. And that's on them. not you. So let them ache. Let them feel the full weight of what they lost. Let them understand that some people don't get second chances. Not because you're cruel, but because you finally learned that you deserve someone who doesn't need to lose you to see you. Someone who doesn't need your absence to appreciate your presence. Someone who knows from day one that you're not someone you let go of. You're someone you hold on to forever. Share this if you needed to hear it. Comment if you've lived this. And remember, you are not what they lost. You are what someone else will find and never, ever let go of. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next one.